The results were otherwise unremarkable.
Ayo, what's going on there, gang? There, Chief Kiddo. Hey, you're looking pretty strong nowadays there. What's going on? Welcome back to the Speakeasy gang. Oh shit, you floating. How we doing? We're on the fifth episode there. At one point I'll stop counting, hopefully. But hey, give yourself a pat on the back if you made it. We're in here for the long haul. We're not gonna do this our whole lives, are we? This is gonna be fucking tedious. Hopefully, I could just fucking we could hire somebody at one point to where it's not gonna, we get other stuff. Hey, anyway, I'm your captain, your host, your boy, your fucking confidant, as the Golden Girls say. What a great show. Goose, it's me, Gonzo Gaspacho on all platforms. Follow me, follow the pod, make it work. Make your parents and shit watch. Maybe not at a certain age. If you're too young and you're like, oh god, he told me to make you guys watch this, then they're probably not gonna want you watching it. Hopefully they got a good sense of humor, because I don't know how you watch this shit without laughing. I'm fucking funny, dude. I'm the funniest person I know. A lot of you are great. Listen, a lot of you really are. A lot of you really are great. Uh, you don't beat me, kid. Okay. I don't think you're funnier than me. Why would you? You should think you're the funniest fucking person. I bomb an awful lot though. So don't, if you end up wanting to come see me, ain't my fault if it don't go well, kiddo. Some of the time it is. Sure. Some of the time, and I'm not taking myself fully away from responsibility, but fuck, have you seen me? Pretty good shit, dude. I'm feeding y'all gold. Listen, I think the neighbors should be paying extra in rent because they just hear, you guys think this is uncensored. They're hearing hate speech out there. It is pay per view, dude. They're hearing they're hearing some QAnon shit out there. Having to wonder if I believe in that shit or not. They're hearing crazy shit out there. We're making it hopefully past the holidays. We haven't quite hit New Year's yet. I don't know. I wanted to get some trucker nuts, maybe hang them from the ceiling and have the old bag drop them on my head when midnight strikes. But I don't think we're ready for. I don't think we're quite ready for a stream of sorts. And I don't know. What do you even do for a New Year's? Doesn't matter. Listen, we got our Titos here. We got our Titos and black cherry soda pops. Pretty good. Not bad. Not great. I'm not, I'm not back here bar backing. Pretty good to me. Okay. Dries my mouth out a little bit. But that's just the Sprite. Water I'll be damned if I'm gonna sit here on any episode and drink like vodka and water. If you're putting water into your drink, chase it with water. At least have some respect for your booze. If you're gonna involve water, then chase your booze with water. Is that so hard? You're gonna dilute a whiskey. Mm. I know you don't care for bourbon. It is just so disrespectful and nauseating to just put water into a glass of bourbon. I cannot do it. I do listen, I barely put ice in my drinks because I do not want to dilute it. And I don't sit here and drink mixed. This is for the pod and for her sake. That I'm not just sitting here tanking a fucking glass of gin. Okay. I don't need the tonic. All right. I like my booze to taste like booze, but we're trying to class it up over here and make some fucking cocktails, make something, make a little special something, you know? And they're delightful. Listen, the drinks that I've had so far, gin and juice, number one. Definitely number two, hot chocolate and brandy. That was good. I love brandy. E&J, shout out. Second episode in a row. Shout out for E&J. Love you guys. Love what you're doing over there. I believe in it. Okay? I believe in what you're doing. All right? A lot of people don't. I say fuck them. All right? I listen, I love sitting on the porch with no company and just tanking on some fucking E&J. But we don't do that nowadays. Yeah, fucking New Year's Eve shit. I don't know. I don't know what. Maybe next year we'll figure out something to do for New Year's. That's a little more special or something like that. And that we're a week away from that ep. Christmas is over. A little grateful. A little great because it was boy, it was go time. This kind of has eaten up our schedule, and not a whole lot of Christmas shopping lately has been going on. I blame you. I blame you, people. But we love you. Yeah, I don't envy you having a shop for your ungrateful children. What do you even buy a kid now? There's not a whole lot of motocross happening. All right, not a whole lot of protein powder and creatine bought for your kids because they ain't in wrestling. The kids in my family are because they're fucking animals. Shout out to the kids, but but not yours. Yours are fucking lazy consumers, just like mom and dad. Okay, listen, we're all dumb Americans, mostly. I hardly think that people outside of the states are watching us right now. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't envy you guys. You know, you listen. Their kids are even harder to know now. What could they possibly enjoy besides Taylor Swift? And I'm so fucking sick of hearing about Taylor Swift. What was that shit the other day? Some retired football player had gossiped about T Swift and K and the T Kels and whatever the fuck we're calling them right now. Weird power couple, annoying power couple. I love Kelsey. That's my boy, and he's a timepiece. Taylor Swift down here. Kelsey Swift down. No disrespect to my boy Kelsey. You're finding love where it matters or whatever. It sure can't dance. My boy can move. I don't know if you've seen her. I haven't watched her in concert or anything, but that's because I don't care for her music. I'm not a teenage girl. And, if you're a full grown man that likes Taylor Swift, teach his own. I like that you like something. I enjoy that you know what you like because you know who doesn't know what they like? Your kids. They're just consumers now. I don't know what they could possibly be into besides Roblox points or something that you buy them to spend online or whatever the fuck. They got YouTube channels now where kids watch other kids play with toys. Are you not worried? Because your kid's already a cuck. Okay. you may as well just steal the whole fucking cuck chair from the last hotel room that you've been in along with that Bible because the kid needs something to sit in when he's just watching somebody play with something he wants. Is that not the definition of being a cuck? Good Lord. He's just watching. They got a new bop it coming out and they're like, twist it. Fucking creep. You're raising a creep. Holy shit. God damn. I don't know where the thought came from, but I can't watch porn high because then I get way too in my head when I'm high. I can't even watch fights high half the time. because it's like now I'm imagining that being inflicted on me, the rattling of the brain in your head. But with porn, it's different because I don't feel represented. But if I find a video that I feel represented in, then I'm like, I don't want to watch that shit. You know, I don't have a race thing, but I'd rather the dick in it be white because then I could put myself in that sit. I only like the video, the point of view videos, kind of stuff. And we don't have an Oculus or anything like that. So maybe that's what she got me for Christmas. Uh, what a weird thing to walk into when you come home from work. It's just somebody.
Oh my god. No.
If you couldn't tell, Christmas hasn't actually passed. We put that episode out early, and listen, if you believed it, then great. Have your kids watch the episode on Christmas morning, okay? Because it was a good one. It was a good one. We talked about my boy Nick an awful lot, and maybe next year we'll have him on. We're not going to have a guest on here for a little while. We should probably start penting up some hype as to who we're going to end up having on when we do. But I told you guys this is going to be a solo pod. It's Weekends with Dad, baby. And yeah, I got no problem putting that out. The only problem that there is with that is you being able to watch a solo podcast, and it's definitely not for everybody. But listen, if you want to be a solo podcaster and you're one of these fucking cucks that like watching the kid, you're a kid cuck and you like watching people play with things that you wanted to play with, watch this pod if you want to do a solo pod and try this shit and see how hard it is. Listen, I am not going to sit here and tell you I'm the best at anything, but try this. Fucking, I'm all right. That was my cry for help. I'm like, listen, I'm fucking trying here, people. So we got a lot of followers, not a lot of viewers. People put some faith in, but they didn't want to put the work in. Watch it. I don't know, man. Listen, get involved with your family because otherwise your kids are going to end up these weird kids that are watching kids. I think about that a lot. Those fucking kids, those poor bastards that are just there's some millionaire kid out there that doesn't have that might end up murdering his parents because they've just made so much money and he's listen, they've given him everything he wants. I feel like this is why we should be exploiting our animals. All you got to do is make a fucking dumbass post about your whatever animal you got, and they're gonna have a great time because they're involved. But you do that with a kid, and it's a little weird psychological experiment that we haven't really gotten too far into. There's like 10 kids that are doing these pages, and it's like we don't know how fucked up they're gonna end up. But I can tell you something about those Nickelodeon kids. This bitch made a book about her mom being dead and that she was grateful. You parents are animals. You're absolute animals. Don't let your fucking kid. And this is the warning. I'm worried about you. Don't let your kids watch this shit because it's some weird backwards pornographic mentality that they're developing super early before they even fucking like girls or boys or whatever. Not trying to not be inclusive here. I don't know what kind of porn's gonna come out here in 10 years. It's gonna be fucking wild. We have the most interactive shit imaginable. It's like, I don't know. Get involved with your family, dude. How hard could that possibly be? Maybe you hate your family. And that I think is a phase. If you hate your family, unless your dad's like BTK, you know who you are. Targeting one broad, targeting one person here. You know where you are. I don't think you're at fault. Not what I'm saying. But what a weird childhood you must have. Just, I don't know. Everybody's got fucking kids. Most people have kids. And that's a really terrible census. I think, because I think a lot of people should be. It's not that I think people should die alone. I think we should be a little more comfortable about it. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm also not a 90-year-old with nobody wanting to spend time with me. So I don't know. Again, I'll fully acknowledge that I know nothing of what I'm talking about. But I wholeheartedly think that people should be more comfortable with dying alone. You know, maybe your wife goes before you. As you know, that's the kind of shit that happens. And then you get to die like Johnny Cash, you know, like an elephant from heartbreak.
No.
You know, it's fucking sad when you're thinking about it, but isn't that kind of cute? That's a little nice. You know, it's kind of nice, you know. You get to die a stoic. And I think you know, maybe that's nice. Get involved with your fucking kids though. Otherwise nobody will come and visit you. Which is way worse. You know, your family didn't have money to put you in a home because your family wasn't around, kid. Okay, and that might be your fault. All I did was drink. They're pushing, but you ain't budging. You know, kind of a champion. Just Billy Bob Thorntoning out here. You know, just I don't give a fuck if anyone's around. All I need is my fucking Honda Civic. I'll live out the back of my fucking Honda Civic.
What the fuck?
Out of my fucking, it's easier to die with retirement still in my bank account if all I gotta live out of is my Honda Civic.
That was Billy Bob Thornton.
No, that wasn't Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah, that was my Billy Bob Thornton.
I was like, what?
I see maybe why I should have put a Billy Bob Thornton in there, but I don't want to be quieter than I already am. You know, as I don't think I have a Billy Bob Thornton impression. All that I have for Billy Bob Thornton is, well, what the fuck do you have? That's it. And that's it. It was just Billy Bob Thornton asking for food from McDonald's and he wants a McChicken. And they're like, we don't got any more chicken. And he's like, all right, well, you know, maybe I'll just get the chicken nuggets. And if you give me a McDouble here, then I'll just put enough little chicken nuggets on there to make it feel like a McChicken. We don't have any more chicken nuggets. He's like, well, what the fuck do you have? Sorry, Javi Bailon came through earlier and he ordered all the goddamn McChickens and fucking chalupa dupas. I don't know what McDonald's has on the fucking menu. Believe it or not, I do not like fucking McDonald's. You know, whatever image of me you have in your mind, I'll sit there and order Taco Bell out the fucking wazoo. Okay, but what I'm not gonna do is fucking late night some McDonald's if I don't have to. All right, I don't care, and I know most people are a fan of it. Somehow they're a fucking Olympic sponsor. What are we doing here? I mean, you already. All right, I'm not gonna talk too much shit, but it's like, you know, you got these athletes that people have a problem with competing in a sport with the gender that they're not supposed to or whatever the fuck, and I don't give a shit about that. So long as the Adam's apple's gone, I'm fucking good. That guy will fucking they'll still tank your ass, okay? Whatever the fuck that athlete will still kick your fucking ass, okay? Just give them some time to, you know, do their thing. What the fuck was I even talking about before this? My God. Listen. I had a lot of people ask me when I was younger, like, what would you do if you had a daughter and she ended up gay? I was like, live comfortably. Oh my God. I don't have to worry about these fucking douchebag of your kids hanging around my daughter. Nah, she's just she's probably beating pussy up. So, I give a fuck about your, you know, what you like. Hey, whatever makes you come. That has been my motto. I give half of a fuck. It really doesn't matter. I might have some questions. I can have some questions as to what, your sexual preferences. If I'm uninformed, then I'm uninformed. I can ask some questions. But you got to admit, it got super complicated. Over the past 5 years, it got super fucking complicated. And I really haven't talked to a lot of people that were very fucking complicated. And God bless me over that one, because I'm going to look like probably a piece of shit. I'm going to probably look real bad trying to ask questions on people that are very particular about their sexual preference. Listen, if you're a guy that likes dick, cool. If you're a girl that likes pussy, awesome. It's most of the porn I've ever watched. Proud of you. I think what you're doing super cool. It doesn't fucking matter to me. I don't need to know the stories. I'm not gonna be that guy that wants to hear out my daughter on Tinder dates that she's had. I do love a good shithead story, but I feel like you should draw the line there. Spend time with your family. Yes. There is a line. There is a fucking line, most definitely. I've heard guys talk about their daughter's sexual tendencies like they were fucking animals, and they thought it was funny. And I'm like, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. You should get uncomfortable whenever you hear about your kid fucking, probably, maybe a little bit. You should. I think you should. Definitely. Tiger Woods. Here's a family man right here. This guy, listen, I'd hate, hopefully his kids hadn't looked into his repertoire. All right. Hopefully, maybe they hadn't heard about it, lest the mom didn't talk shit about the dad. I'm a child of divorce. I've heard shit talked one way or another. They don't need to hear that kind of shit. And Tiger is golfing with his son, right? Tiger golfs with his son. Like,
He's
that's
got his daughter out there too now.
his
Mhm.
his daughter's golfing with him.
No, she's the caddy.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let him know. Let him know, kid. She's wearing her fucking boyfriend's Harvard sweatshirt. That shit was bought online too. Hold the clubs, fucker. No. Women can and this is, I feel like people should be able to acknowledge that women playing sports is different from men playing sports. You would not want your daughter out there on a football field with a fucking JV team. I'd hate to see it, but golf, your daughter should be able to fuck up some kids playing golf for sure. Like, if your daughter's playing tennis or golf, she should be able to fuck some dudes up, Adam's apple or not. Believe it or not, her name wasn't Amy all the time. Yeah, man. No, sports are sports, and you'd hate to see, anybody get a concussion. But good lord. What a weird bar we're raising right now, where it's like, I don't know, we're letting teenagers have too much of an opinion because the internet is validated for some weird reason. Listen, most of you have opinions I don't give a fuck about. That's why Twitter's such a problem. And my boy Elon over there is using the term wokeness an awful lot. Like, dude, you're very short of the onion is what's going on. It's not. Listen, you build a badass little Tonka truck. I'll give you that. But I'm not going to listen to some little fucking South African white fella talk shit about how, some South African dudes talking about American rights, and lo and behold, Americans are the ones going, yeah, we should be able to say whatever the fuck we want. And it's like, you know, you got a demographic out there that's like, Aunt Jemima was the first black millionaire, and I'm like, what are we doing? Think she saw a dime? Nah, she was the first Macaulay Culkin, dude. It was like she played the kid in Home Alone. She didn't see a dime out of that shit. Are you stupid? Are you just dumb? Shout out Macaulay Culkin. I love to have Macaulay Culkin on. Could you imagine? I'd be nervous the entire time. He just makes me nervous. He's a crazy looking guy.
He's a little bit of an odd looking dude.
Definitely. If somebody could look unstable as a white man, that is Macaulay McCulkin. Well, his name's fucking hard. Sometimes I forget it. Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay
Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin rum. Anyway, fucking gang, listen, this a lot of fun. Hey, I've had it. I know what it's like having a lot of fun. Listen, I've woken up on balconies with fucking with beer cans rattling around me in the wind like some kind of redneck wind chime. I get it. I've had my fun, kids. Same as a Chevy, I think. It's the same kind of thing. But hey, man, yeah, listen, get your friends on this little hype train before we go kaputs. We're week by week. This is like, working for an independent company during COVID. And yeah, follow Unremarkable, the podcast on all the platforms. Do us that favor, because we're putting in a fucking grind over here over this. That's kind of just behind the scenes, and we're not putting out behind the scenes shit, because that's how weird would that be? We ain't Vin Diesel. We're not in it. We're Orlando's studio over here. So go ahead and subscribe. Get your friends to come in here and watch this shit, because I'm sure they love it. These guys voting for somebody that's not on the ballot. All right, and yeah, missed me.